ASUS adds AMD Ryzen 7 9700X and Ryzen 5 9600X 105 watts TDP mode to AM5 motherboards in latest AGESA 1.2.0.1a BIOS. ASUS has added its own 105 watts TDP mode for AMD Ryzen 7 9700X and Ryzen 5 9600X CPUs on AM5 motherboards with AGESA 1.2.0.1a BIOS. ASUS brings 105 watts TDP mode for AMD Ryzen 7 9700X and Ryzen 5 9600X CPUs in AM5 motherboards with new AGESA 1.2.0.1a BIOS. ASUS has just released its new AGESA 1.2.0.1a BIOS update for high-end X670 motherboards within its ROG, Strix, and ProArt AM5 lineup. This new BIOS has one brand new feature for AMD Ryzen 9000 CPUs, specifically the Ryzen 7 9700X and Ryzen 5 9600X based on the Zen 5 core architecture, and that's the addition of the new 105 watts TDP mode. Recently, it was reported that AMD will be allowing its partners to add a new 105 watts TDP mode, which would boost the performance of its 65 watts class Ryzen 9000 CPUs such as the Ryzen 7 9700X and the Ryzen 5 9600X. These two chips are decently efficient, but those users who want an extra boost in performance can leverage the 105 watts TDP mode for better performance. Early results have shown that multi-threaded applications can see double-digit gains with this 105 watts profile, and the clocks default to much higher rates than the default frequencies thanks to higher power limits. MSI rolled out its update first, offering a test showcase of the new 105 watts TDP mode, and now ASUS has followed up with its release. The feature can be found in the iTweaker menu as TDP to 105 watts, which can be enabled or disabled. The mode will be disabled by default, and you will need to have the latest AGESA 1.2.0.1a BIOS for the following ASUS's motherboards to see it in the BIOS menu. ROG Crossrex 670 Hero Beta BIOS 2307. ROG Crossrex 670 Gene Beta BIOS 2307. ROG Crossrex 670 Extreme Beta BIOS 2307. ROG Strix X 670 EA Gaming Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 2307. ROG Strix X 670 E Gaming Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 2307. ROG Strix X 670 EF Gaming Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 2307. ProArt X 670 Creator Wi-Fi Beta BIOS 2307. These are still a beta release, and the official 105 watts TDP mode will be introduced in the AGESA 1.2.0.2 BIOS release. It's good to have the higher TDP option available for users who want to try it out, and we can expect more motherboard makers to follow up with their own BIOS releases in the coming weeks.